Welcome back to A Considered Life. If you're new to the channel, think about subscribing. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. Comment in the comment section. And I'm a professor, so I live on the academic calendar. We're in summertime now, so I'll be posting somewhat consistently, but you might want to think about turning the notification bell on so you can be notified when content pops up. Now, normally I like to do videos that run in a series where one idea leads to the next. I don't have a whole string of ideas to put out, but I did want to talk today about the notion that reality bites. As I've been on YouTube for about a year or so now, people really do adopt sort of an adversarial relationship with the content that they view. People are fairly dichotomous. They either love it or they hate it. They like it or they despise it. We can disagree about ideas. That's fine. This is what public debate is meant for, right? To disagree with one another, to probe into the ideas that other people have, perhaps to affect someone else or be affected by their thinking. I feel like there's an atmosphere in our culture where people tend to cling to their ideas regardless of whether those ideas are justified or whether they can justify them to themselves or others. And combine that with this adversarial relationship that people have, especially via social media. And it becomes this sort of toxic environment where no one listens to anybody else. But what I wanted to say about this environment, just sort of reflecting on the nature of that kind of atmosphere in a culture, is this. If you are unconcerned about the truth is our connection with reality, right? The correspondence theory of truth is that when I say my idea is true, it means the belief that I have in my head, the belief that I hold in my mind, comports with or corresponds with the reality of those things. The truth is that we should be deeply concerned about whether or not our ideas correspond with reality. And the reason that we should be concerned about that is because reality will come back to bite us. I listened to some of these tragic stories about, for example, detransitioners who believed a fairly radical view of gender ideology and followed those ideas to a place where they have done irreversible damage to their body. There are opportunities for childbearing or procreation that just simply cannot be regained because of the violence done to their body. But it's true of other things as well. People who defy reality in its in all of its myriad presentations, that will come back and bite you. If you ignore it in small things, it'll come back and bite you in small ways. If you ignore it in big things, it will come back and bite you in big ways. And probably the most extreme version of this is when someone dies apart from belief in God, at least in our theology. This is where reality is going to come back and bite them in the most significant ways. So along this spectrum of beliefs and their truth is this openness to reality. I have this quote from Josef Pieper's The Four Cardinal Virtues, where he says this about Thomas Aquinas' view of the notion of reason. He says, we incline all too quickly to misunderstand Thomas Aquinas' words about reason. Reason means to him nothing other than the regard for and openness to reality and the acceptance of reality. And truth is to him nothing other than the unveiling and revelation of reality, of both natural and supernatural reality. Reason perfected in the cognition of truth is therefore the receptivity of the human spirit, to which the revelation of reality, both natural and supernatural reality, has given substance. So as we're thinking about this adversarial atmosphere, especially on social media, I think we need to reflect on, or at least be aware of the justifying reasons that we have as to why we believe that what we believe is actually true. If you believe false things and you don't care that you believe those false things, then it's not other people that you have to, and their ideas and their opposition that you have to overcome. Reality itself will bite you in the places where your beliefs are false.
Power don't come from a badge or a gun. Power comes from lying. Lying big and getting the whole damn world to play along with you. Once you got everybody agreeing with what they know in their hearts ain't true, you got them by the balls.
If it's small ways, it'll bite you in small ways. If it's large ways, it'll bite you in large ways. And so this provokes the attitude that is to ask the question, are my ideas true? Right? And being reasonable. And the notion of being reasonable that Aquinas is dealing with is just being open to reality, natural and supernatural reality, and then believing those things to the best of our ability that are true about reality.
This isn't real.
What is real? How do you define real? You've been living in a dream world, Neo.
So in the context of trying to make sure what I believe is true, I want to talk about why I think communism is false, or why communistic ideas fail. We'll talk about that next time.